Hey! You missed half the show in there.
Dare I ask, what show?
Well, if you were doing your job, you'd have been in there.
I do my job just fine.
Okay, no, you do your job just fine. You're right, you do. Considering that your life is all crazy right now, and your hormonal imbalance, valleys and peaks and all that. Family, God, the family, that's, what is that, pretty complicated right about now? What?
Oh, I thought you might want to make another snide comment.
Oh, no, no. That would be masochistic.
Oh, hell. You're gonna find out anyway. Might as well get it out of the way. You ready for a really big laugh? This baby, my ex, is not the father. The father?
The father's Rick Bauer. I know all about it. I'm a pro, remember? I'm good. I see things. I can't help it. I see things. And I know you're not in love with the guy, but there is something there. And there's something there.
Oh, come on, keep going. Get it out of your system while you got the chance.
I wouldn't do that. See, look, your private life is... It's exactly that. It's your private life. I don't need to make you feel any worse than you already probably definitely do, right?
Thanks. That's great. Thanks. I am not in love with Harley.
But I could see...
Was concerned. This is a very small, gossipy town. Dirt like this spreads out and causes unbelievable damage, so please don't start.
All right.
But do I care about Harley? Yeah, I do. I do care about her. But I want you to put your listening ears on, okay? And listen good here. From the beginning, Harley and I were just very good friends, okay? I am not about to force something that is not there. I have been down that road before, and I'm not about to go there again.
Right. Abby.
Yes. We wanted different things in our marriage, and it fell completely apart. And there's no way that I'm going to do that to myself again.
No. Well, it's good that you know that.
Right. And you know what? If I'm ever going to get married again, Holly, it's going to be because all the pieces are there, not just some of them. And you know what? Maybe I'll never find that special person. Who knows? But in the meantime, I'm going to have a child with a woman who I respect and who's become a very dear friend and who I know is going to be a wonderful mom. Any other questions?
No.
Go ahead.
I was just worried. You know, I'm sorry to pry.
Sorry.
It's old habits.
Sorry. Thanks. Mom.
Where'd he go?
Hey, this yours? You playing that rusty old hoop in the alley there?
It does the job.
Yeah, sure does. So you're looking for somebody to play a little one-on-one with?
No, thanks. My friends are waiting for me.
Okay, well, here you go. You and your friend, go have fun. Before you grow up and life becomes very complicated.
Your Honor, may we approach?
Yes.
You know, it just occurred to me in People versus Dressler, the circuit...
Mr. Marlar, you have two choices. You get a witness up here on this stand, or you rest your case. Which will it be?
Your Honor, the defense calls Michelle Bauer-Santos to the stand, and we apologize for the delay.
Ross, I have something
Get
that
up
I need
there.
to
I'm
show you.
about to be killed by a judge. Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
You bet I do.
Case, counselor?
You're a little early for the festivities, Rick. Court is not in session for another hour yet.
Great. If you have a minute, I need some legal advice here, Ross.
I literally do not have a minute. I have so much information to go over before we start, I can't believe it.
Ross, I normally wouldn't push you on this, but I need the situation straightened out as soon as possible.
What situation?
Parental rights. I don't anticipate Harley giving me any problems. I mean, I think that we understand each other, but things have been very strained with us lately. We're not talking, and I just need some help from you to help clarify what my rights are.
What rights are you talking about?
To the baby.
You're worried about your rights to see Philip and Harley's baby?
Ross, I don't know how to tell you this. It's not Philip's baby. It's my baby.
It's yours?
I certainly have no right to come to you like this, but I'm stuck, Ross. I need help. I need a plan, a trust, something that states that I have a right to participate. I have to take care of this child, Ross. I have to give him everything that I couldn't give
Kevin and Jason.
I need to be part of his life.
All right, Rick, what are we talking about? Visitation, joint custody, something along those lines?
Look, Ross, this is a lot to lay on you right now. You're a busy man. We can do this later. I just want to explore my options.
Yeah,
that's
but
all.
what we have to do is sit down with Harley and discuss what needs to be put down on paper.
She might resist that right now.
My policy in these things, we do what's best for the baby, so don't you worry about that.
Thanks, Ross. Thank you. I knew that I came to the right place.
Your father owes me so much. These Bauer kids are keeping me very busy these days.
So how are things going with you? You feeling lucky these days?
Actually, yes, I'm feeling very lucky.
Well, is there something going on with the case I don't know about?
Don't jinx me.
Okay. All right.
I need to know this. What's the story with Philip?
Don't ask. Don't.
Does he know?
Too much.
I'm surprised you're still standing.
So am I, Ross.
Oh, Rick. I'm sorry.
Look, I'll let you get back to work, Ross, but the baby is going to be born very soon.
Yes, I'll have my secretary schedule a meeting as soon as possible.
Thanks. Hey, Ross, I'm
Please don't say anything else. This is uncomfortable enough.
Hi, Rick.
Hi.
Stop following me.
Is Ross in there?
He usually is.
I need to see him.
You're doing it again.
What?
You're
What am I
avoiding me.
doing?
You're avoiding me. Something I said? Or something I didn't say?
I'm not avoiding you. Why would I
Just
avoid
talk
you?
to me for
What?
a
I've just
second.
been busy.
We've been busy every single day since the day I saw you in my hotel room. And we didn't even do that much.
That was a big mistake.
Well, mistake.
And perhaps I decided to side with the winning team because Ross is going to win. So if you excuse me.
She loves me.
I know I'm interrupting, but do you have a minute?
Look at you glowing from your well-deserved stay at the spa.
I take it you found the information I left in your briefcase?
I owe you so much. You are the most intelligent, clever, incredible woman that I know.
I gather you read it.
Read it. I am memorizing this.
And?
And this could be the key that gets Danny acquitted.
Tell me how incredible I am again.
Ross. Hey, sorry. Hi, Blake.
Hi.
We need to talk to you.
Ross, we know why Gus Itoro's been after Danny, and it makes perfect sense.
Okay, let's hear it. Go ahead.
Gus Itoro is not Gus Itoro.
But he could be my half-brother, Miguel Santos Jr. First of all, Itoro is just the right age to be Miguel, right?
We knew he had to be on a vendetta. Why else go after Danny the way he has been?
Unless he was the illegitimate son, the outcast.
His mother was a hooker. He didn't have any of the privileges that Danny had.
Right.
Carmen killed his father.
Because he wanted to be with Selena, Miguel's mother.
Probably been looking for revenge his whole life, and now he has it.
It would totally explain why Arturo's been so obsessed with me and my family.
I think we need to confront him now before court.
We don't have any proof, though. We have nothing solid. We can't do
Well, how
that.
much more solid could this be,
It
right?
makes sense, but...
But what?
But we got started down this path because I made a pretty wild connection between seeing Arturo in his Cubs cap yesterday and a memory that I have of this kid at a Cubs game with me. A kid that my father called Junior. But we don't know it's him.
Danny,
We don't have
it's
to prove.
him. It's him. It's Miguel Santos Jr., and we need to make a move on this and catch him by surprise. What do you think, Ross?
I think that you should slow down a little bit. And believe me, I will take care of Gus Arturo.
Hey, you all right?
Well, of course we were.
Did you find the gun?
Yeah, I was out on the docks all night with the divers. My feet are killing me, and they're 2 sizes bigger than they were yesterday.
That's great.
But,
Thanks for doing the search.
yeah, well, don't thank me yet.
Harley, you know that this means I'm going to have to put you on the stand.
Yeah, I know.
And you're going to be testifying against your boss, Gus Arturo, that essentially he's corrupt.
Yeah, I know. It's not the wisest career move, but it's the truth. And in the end, that's all that matters.
I hate to tell you this, but if I'm putting you on the stand, I'm also
meet
going to...
Peterson.
Peterson, yeah. Who's that?
He's an FBI agent who works surveillance on your house. All of a sudden, this week, Gus transferred him out.
Oh, what a coincidence.
Yeah, I got a call on my way over here that he's on a flight out this morning.
Oh, wait a minute. That can't be, because it's going to take about a half a day to get a subpoena, and court's in session in about an hour.
Well, then I'll go get him myself.
You can't do that. You're my first witness.
Well, you need this guy. We need him today. Yeah, I mean, if he gets out of here and the Bureau decides to circle the wagons, we could lose him. But don't worry, I'll hurry.
After what I've done to this judge, you better hurry. Guess what? I only have one stalling tactic left, and it's you. Get ready to tap dance.
All rise. Please be seated. Is the defense prepared to proceed?
Yes, we are. Your Honor, may we have a moment? You know, if I lead you through the same testimony again, we're dead with this judge.
Let's start dropping bombs.
We might as well, because if Harley doesn't get back here in time...
I'm dead anyway. Yeah. Let's do it. Let's nail Arturo.
All right. Thank you, Your Honor. The defense is ready to resume, and the defense recalls to the stand Danny Santos.
The court reminds you that you are still under oath.
Yes, Your Honor.
Now then, on the night that your mother died, the three of you ended up on the dock. Now, what I'm interested in right now is the physical positions of everybody. I know that Carmen had her back to you, and at this point, where was Michelle?
Michelle was on the ground, lying at her feet.
Court's permission to demonstrate, Your Honor, please. Thank you. Michelle, would you? Now then, as she's doing, Michelle was on the ground, and Carmen was standing over her?
Yes, that's right. She was pointing her gun at Michelle. She was going to kill her.
Your Honor, these theatrics.
Overruled.
Thank you. And as the verbal exchange escalated, what did you do?
When I was unable to convince my mother to put down her weapon, I had to draw my gun.
Would you demonstrate that for us? Just a minute. Would you show this court how and what angle that you fired this gun?
I can't do that.
And why not?
Because that isn't the gun I used that night. Someone is trying to frame me.
Objection, Your Honor. We've had expert testimony that links this gun to the body of Carmen Santos.
And our evidence showed that that body was not Carmen Santos. And if you can't identify the body correctly, why should we believe your ballistics report?
Oh, so this is all some giant conspiracy to frame your client.
That's
Quiet,
exactly
quiet,
what it is.
Mr. Marler. You and your client have made some very serious accusations here. You had better be able to back them up.
Yes, sir. I intend to do that.
Hey,
Hey.
you going somewhere?
No, I'm looking for somebody. It's work.
Oh. God, if I get into this. I was thinking a lot after the deal at company the other night, and I know neither one of us want to talk about this, but, we have a son together, so sooner or later we're going to have to find a way to work our way through this.
I know.
Okay? No, I don't think you do know. If you need anything for him, or if there's anything going on,
I'll call.
you will.
Yes, I meant what I said.
Okay, so did I.
Oh, Philip, I gotta go.
All
I'm
right, go
racing the
ahead,
clock.
go.
Hey, Peterson. You remember me?
Yeah, Cooper.
Yeah, hey, I have some questions.
This is my flight. I've been transferred.
Oh, no, I know. I heard. This won't take long. It's important.
Well, do you have a subpoena? Because there's no way I'm going to miss this plane. I'm going to pay the $100 for changing.
Oh, Peterson, you have so much more to worry about than $100.
Like what?
Like some serious time behind bars.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I think you do.
Do you have a warrant? Do you have any evidence? Like, I don't see any of that, so... I
Okay,
think
look. Here's how I figured it went. We get the ID on Carmen's body. Gus asked me to get all the Bowers down to the station to tell them. Gus takes off for the Bowers house. He finds Danny's gun. He fires off a bullet to plant on Carmen's body in the morgue, just to make sure the charges stick.
That's a nice story.
I found the splice in the surveillance tape.
What?
Yeah, I went back and checked. I knew that if Gus fired a gun, the sound would show up on the surveillance tape, unless it was doctored by whoever was working surveillance that day. You, Peterson, you.
Look, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Come on, I can see why you'd go along with it. I mean, you think it's icing on the cake. The case is airtight. But why take a chance? I mean, Danny might wiggle out of it, and you figure, what's the harm? Gus asked you to do a favor, you don't think it's a big deal. Then. But now.
Now, I'm going to New York. I've been transferred. Any inquiries you have can be directed to the field office
An innocent guy is going down, and you helped frame him. Does that register anywhere? Come on, that day that you swore to uphold the law, did you mean it?
See
Yeah,
ya.
you'll see me with a warrant and handcuffs, but that won't help Danny today! Ross is gonna kill me.
Now, Mr. Santos, if this was not the gun that you used to protect your wife and your unborn child, where is the weapon that you did use?
I would guess it's at the bottom of the lake where I threw it.
All right, now let's be very clear about the sequence of these events. You came upon your mother on the dock, and she was on the verge of killing your wife and your unborn child.
Yes?
And when you decided that you could not change this situation, that danger was imminent, is that when you drew your weapon and fired?
When I realized I had no choice.
Yes or no, Mr. Santos?
Yes.
Now then, when you knew that Carmen was dead, meaning that your wife was safe, is that when you took your weapon and you threw it into the lake?
Yes.
Why did you do that?
Because I knew that the cops and the DA would try to make it look like murder one, which is exactly what they're trying to do.
Your Honor.
Facts, not opinion, Mr. Marler.
Yes, Your Honor. Facts. Mr. Santos? You recognize these?
Yes. These are gun registrations. They're both mine.
And why are there two of them?
Because I had two guns.
Of course.
One I kept in my home, the other one I kept in my office.
And which one did you use to stop Carmen?
The one in my office.
So the People's Exhibit, the gun that you did not use, that was taken from your home, right?
Your Honor, what difference does it make which gun he used? Mr. Santos has admitted to the crime.
It is not a crime to defend your wife and your unborn child, but it is a crime to falsify evidence in a rush to judgment.
So we're back to the conspiracy theory.
No, Your Honor, with all due respect, I believe that we've arrived at the heart of this case. Because this jury must now choose between two versions of what happened that night, November 14th, 2000. Now, if you believe the prosecution, that Danny Santos was a thug who murdered his mother so that he could take over this crime empire, then by all means convict him. Convict him, put him away. However, if you believe that Danny was forced to defend his wife and his unborn child by any means necessary, ladies and gentlemen, that's self-defense. He committed no crime. He should be a free man. Now, this is the crux of the matter. The credibility of the people who are telling you these stories, that's crucial. And the legitimacy of the evidence, also presented by these same people, is equally critical. Now then, if you feel that evidence has been manufactured,
I do not just object, Your Honor. I demand an apology. I have never brought false evidence into this court.
No, maybe not knowingly, Doris.
Excuse me. I'm still the one with the gavel. Mr. Marler, I've warned you about these accusations.
Yes, Your Honor. I was only trying to prove that the credibility...
You'll have to do better than the word of a man on trial for his life.
Yes, I am well aware of that, Your Honor. And, Danny, thank you. You're now dismissed.
Mr. Marler, do you have a corroborating witness or not?
Your Honor, yes. The defense now calls Detective Harley Cooper to the stand.
Detective Harley Cooper to the stand.
Bailiff, would you be so kind as to look out in the hallway, please? Thank you.
Do you suppose your detective got lost?
Your Honor, it is very possible that with Detective Cooper, she was delayed for a medical reason. She's in the last stage of her pregnancy, so perhaps recess is in order to check
Your Honor,
that out.
I must object. The jury cannot be left to sit with these unfounded suspicions that the defense has been allowed to plant in their minds. Besides, he doesn't even have the evidence to back it up.
Oh, we do indeed have the evidence.
Well, let's hear it.
The courtroom will once we locate Detective Cooper.
And he accuses the prosecution of playing games with the jury.
I'm inclined to agree. There have been some very wild charges made in this courtroom. Mr. Marler, I am sorely tempted to release the jury and deliver a directed verdict based on the evidence as I see it.
As is your right.
Thanks for the backup, Counselor, but I know my rights. Are we clear here? Unless you present some hard evidence now, I will have to take action.
I understand that, Your Honor, and I'm sure we will find the witness shortly, but certainly the loss of a few minutes or even an hour cannot compare to having justice being done in this particular case.
Justice is exactly what I'm looking for. Now call a witness, rest your case, or take your chances with me. Those are your options.
Your Honor.
I apologize, Your Honor.
I apologize to the court as well. The defense now calls Detective Harley Cooper to the stand. Go right ahead.
Solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
I do.
Detective Cooper, would you please tell this court where you were last night?
I was on the docks with a team of police divers searching the lake.
And did you find any evidence that may be pertinent to this case?
Yes, I did. I found this gun. A Glock 19, registered to Danny Santos.
Objection.
What are you objecting to?
This last-minute attempt to
This
cloud
is the gun that Danny Santos threw in the lake on the night of November 14th. What the prosecution must be objecting to is how tainted the evidence has become.
I have not
You have brought a load of bogus evidence in here, Doris. Now, you may not know it, but the FBI sure as
Your
hell did.
Honor, counsel cannot be allowed to keep throwing these accusations out.
Ross.
It's Peterson.
Your Honor, the defense is now prepared to present evidence and testimony that an agent of the FBI framed Danny Santos for murder. Detective Cooper, would you please tell this court where you were last night?
On the docks with a team of police divers searching the lake.
Did you find evidence pertinent to this case?
Yes, I did. This gun, a Glock 19 registered to Danny Santos.
Objection.
What are you objecting to?
This last-minute attempt to...
Your Honor, this was the gun that Danny Santos threw into the water on the night of November 14th. Now, what the prosecution must be objecting to is how tainted their evidence is. You have brought a load of bogus evidence into the courtroom, Doris. Now, you may not know it, but the FBI does.
Objection. Your Honor, counsel cannot keep throwing out these accusations.
Ross, that's Peterson.
Your Honor, the defense is now prepared to present testimony and evidence that an agent of the FBI has tried to frame Danny Santos for murder.
Objection.
I know you don't like it, Miss Wolf, but the defense must be allowed to present its case. You'll have a chance on cross.
Thank you very much, Your Honor. Detective, did finding Danny's gun propel you into further investigation?
Yes, it did. I checked our logs to find out what day we had confiscated Danny's other gun from the Bauer house.
The gun that the prosecution maintains or claims was the murder weapon.
Yes. That day, Agent Itoro had asked me to bring the Bauer family down to the police station, at which time he disappeared. And our surveillance logs show that he was at the Bauer house during that time.
So Agent Itoro was at the Bauer house when the entire Bauer household, including Danny Santos, was detained at the police station?
Yes, so I looked at the surveillance tapes from that time period.
Did you find anything unusual?
There was a splice.
A splice? Meaning that the audio tape had been altered?
Yes.
Who was on surveillance that day?
FBI Agent Peterson.
Thank you. Your Honor, the defense will be calling Agent Peterson next. In the meantime, thank you very much, Detective. Your witness.
What are you doing, Peters? What the hell are you doing? How many times I've had your back and now you turn on me? Turn on the Bureau? Everything we stand for? You're making a big mistake, pal.
Okay, Detective. So, you say you found a gun at the bottom of the lake.
That's right.
And is there any idea of exactly how long this gun had been in the water?
Well, there was rust on the gun, and the forensics team estimated from the location and the amount of silt covering the gun that it had been underwater at least 6 months.
At least. So, it's possible. It could have been there for years.
I guess.
And you actually have no idea whether this is the gun that killed Carmen Santos?
Danny said it was.
Oh, well, by all means. Take a killer's word for it. Nothing further.
Your Honor, redirect, please. Detective Cooper, have you found any evidence that contradicts the defendant's version of what happened the night that his mother was killed?
No.
Thank you. Now, in your experience as a detective, have you found that a person who admits something, such as, I shot Carmen Santos, will then turn around and lie about a small detail, such as which gun he used?
No, it wouldn't make any sense. Danny has no reason to lie.
No, he doesn't. Detective Cooper, do you now suspect that evidence in this case has been manufactured?
Yes.
And do you believe that Gus Itoro's testimony was perjured?
She may believe in the tooth fairy. It's irrelevant.
Sustained.
Nothing further. Thank you very much, Detective. Your Honor, the defense calls FBI agent Peterson to the stand, please.
Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
For the record, please state your name and your rank.
Oliver Peterson, Field Agent, Organized Crime Division, FBI.
I just heard in the car. Are you okay?
Agent Peterson, were you working surveillance at the Bauer House on the 5th of June of this year?
Yes.
And what were your duties?
I was in the van monitoring the tape recorder.
What were you recording?
We had set up listening devices throughout the Bauer House to record conversations, ambient sounds, anything that might be useful to our investigation.
Mm-hmm. And what did you hear?
Nothing at that time, sir.
What about later?
Well, sir, when I was cataloging the tapes, I heard,
You heard what, Agent?
the sound of a gunshot.
A gunshot from inside the Bauer house?
Yes, sir.
Now, this was a time when every member of the Bauer household, including Danny Santos, was being detained at the police department upon instruction of Gus Itoro. Is that correct?
Yes.
What did you do with this information?
I went directly to my supervisor,
And your supervisor was whom?
Agent Gus Itoro.
And Agent Itoro told you to do what with this audio tape?
He told me to erase it.
Itoro told you to erase the entire tape?
No, sir. Just part of it.
Which part?
The part with the gunshot.
Agent Peterson, thank you very much. No further, Your Honor. Your witness.
Your Honor, no questions at this time, but subject to recall.
Of course. You may step down.
What you heard? Yeah, good. Did you get any rest?
We will tonight.
Mr. Marler, I take it you're not through.
No, sir, Your Honor. The defense would like to recall to the stand Agent Gus Itoro.
You're still under oath, sir.
Got it, Judge.
Good afternoon.
Look, Counselor.
Earlier in this trial, you recall testifying, quote, "I'm totally responsible for everything in this case, including the evidence gathered," unquote.
Yeah.
Yes, you were responsible, or yes, you recall?
Yes, yes, yes.
Well, good. I'm glad that your memory's in fine form today because we're about to go over your evidence, and since you were totally in charge, you have a lot to answer for.
Good.